Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Jade Empire walkthrough. We are just getting out of Spirit Cave. Obviously, I picked Ishard again. You know, I think I mentioned it in the previous video, but I don't particularly care for Ishard or Dire Flame. I guess it's obviously personal preference. The opposite style that you don't pick will be available later to purchase, but you know, again, I don't really like either of them, so I guess take that for what it's worth.
Anything about the destiny that stretches before you, or what has led you this far? Be careful. I do not want you to be misled by sources I cannot anticipate. Your people had warriors by that name. I regret that my actions caused their downfall. 20 years ago, the Empire was mired in drought. Your people revered the water dragon, so their temple of Dirge was the ideal place to ask the heavens for help. But the water dragon governed more than just moisture. The drought was part of the natural order, and not for mortals to alter. The spirit monks denied us access. The Emperor was incensed. He asked me to plan a display of power that would force their compliance. As our armies marched, I realized how wrong we were. He could not be dissuaded. I fled with you as the rest of your people were killed. You must discover for yourself what being the last of your kind means. What else did this vision reveal? You are only to retrieve the amulet, learn to place gems in it, and meditate on your future. I don't want you to be distracted.
Master Li, there's still no sign of her.
What? What is it, Wu? I'm sorry, my mind was elsewhere.
Dawnstar, as I told you, Master. She went missing after Gao's men were discovered in the school. The state of her room suggests some sort of fight took place.
I see. She is not there?
No, Master Li. There's no sign of her.
I see. This may prove useful. Thank you, Jingwu. You may go. Your appearance put Gao's disgrace out of my mind, but it would seem that your early exit from the caves has come at just the right time. I doubt she has come to harm. She is a strong woman, as you know. That doesn't mean you shouldn't search for her. It will be a good measure of your ability. What better way to show mastery over your abilities than to turn them towards helping your fellow student? Seek her out. I doubt she is in the school, and someone would have seen her if she was in the village. You might want to try the surrounding marshland. That is good. Time is very important. Here, take some silver. I asked Fendo and the others to stock essence gems in preparation for this day. Hopefully they have done so. You learned in the cave how single gems are viewed as trinkets and used by self-professed healers and would-be sorcerers, but you can unlock their full potential. Make sure you have everything you need when you leave to find Dawnstar. Do not cloud your mind with anything else. When you return, your course will be clear.
You don't think Gao had something to do with Dawnstar disappearing, do you?
Dawnstar wouldn't leave so abruptly. Not after hearing the stories of ghosts and bandits the villagers tell.
I suppose you are looking for Dawnstar. I'm sorry, but I haven't seen her. I'm surprised you don't know where she is. I would have thought you, if anyone, would know. Are you sure she isn't off by herself somewhere? She's always been so moody. I'm sorry, but I haven't heard or seen.
All right, so Master Li, I should say vets of this game will definitely pick out some things in Master Li's conversation there. For one thing, he's surprised that we're out so early.
That's
He
just
didn't
Gao, so I
expect
didn't think
the
anything
main
of
character
it.
to be out for another, what does he say, like a day or something like
I
that?
have no idea.
And
If her garden or room
and
is
then
disturbed, as Jimmy
you
said,
mention,
maybe
or
she
the main
chose the
character
person who did
mentions
it.
that he's seen a
I don't know why
vision,
she didn't call an alarm.
and Master Lee is like, oh yeah, of course you have, because of all the information that
The gate
I,
at the center of
you
the
know,
village
left
is the
out for
only
you.
way out.
And then the
Sometimes
main
boats
character's like,
pass by, but this isn't the season for
actually,
them.
you know, a spirit came to me and told me that I was
If you
a spirit monk. And then he says, whoa, 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 wait. You know, I don't want you
Goodbye.
influenced by
I hope you
things that
find
I
Dawnstar. She was always
couldn't foresee,
nice.
basically. So again, you know, if you've played the game, there's definitely a lot of clues there, or
Everyone's
hints
shouting
as
that
to,
Dawnstar is missing. She's more
well,
responsible than
maybe
most
just
of
some
us,
clues
which
there
makes her
in
letting off
Master
all the
Lee's
more
dialogue.
concerning. Wherever she is, I hope that she's safe.
All
I'm
right, so
sorry,
we also
I
learned
haven't
that
seen or heard anything.
Dawnstar is gone, which is another pretty major aspect of that conversation.
I've heard that Dawnstar
I think the
ain't
general
missing.
consensus
If anyone
in,
can find her, it's you.
you know, among all of these people that you talk to, is
Sure,
they
I
don't
know
really
anything
know
that
what
will
happened
help.
to her. There really isn't any good information.
With the exception of Gao.
You
and what is
basically
here.
just
Come to think of it, he gathered his
you know,
things
make
awfully
your way
quickly after
out
he
of the
was
school,
expelled.
basically, and into town, and
There's only one path, and it
there'll
leads
be
down to the
hints
swamps.
along the
I've never
way.
gone that far.
If it wasn't already obvious who the culprit is,
Again, I like
it will be fairly soon. So there are a couple more
I heard about Dawnstar.
actual, like, I would
Perhaps
say,
can help in some
concrete
small
clues.
way. Fendo received some
Yeah,
essence gems and
once
passed
we
a
actually
few
get
along to
into
me.
town, as
They
opposed
may
to
be
here
of
at the
use to
school.
you.
There just really isn't any useful information here.
Let's see what you can learn.
All right, so here I believe I pick up Smiling Mountain's final technique here, the Heart of Gold. It looks like, obviously, so I had enough cash, yeah. So that's the end of that, and that's the kind of the good final part of leaving the Spirit Cave is I think we got a little bit of cash down there, so you're able to finally pick up that last technique. You know, again, like I mentioned in one of the other videos, a lot of the techniques that are buyable from basically merchants will have some sort of advantage, as well as sometimes, in some cases, a disadvantage that goes along with it. And Smiling Mountains are definitely a case of that. You get, I believe it's 3 to one of the stats, and then add a penalty of 1 to one of the other ones. You know, it definitely ends up panning out. You know, you end up with, what is it, +6 then to all your, sorry, +2 to all your stats overall. You know, even with the disadvantages of those techniques as well.
I couldn't believe it. He killed him with a single blow and laughed as this poor boy gasped his last.
You! Gao the Lesser did this. He was dragging some sort of sack and this boy challenged him.
This brave young man stopped Gao and demanded to know what he was carrying.
Gao just laughed at him and tried to walk on by, but the student challenged him. Gao just shrugged, turned, and killed this poor boy in one blow. I couldn't say. It was awfully large and looked heavy, but I was watching from a ways away. We didn't want to get close to that murderer.
We hid out of sight as Gao went toward the gate out of town.
Possibly, but we were too far away to say for sure. If you really want to know, go catch that fiend. He was headed for the gate out of town. Gao was in a rush, but you might be able to catch him still.
Be on your guard if you truly mean to pursue him. Gao's mad with rage as this poor lad learned too late.
All right, so here we have our first, I would say, concrete clue where Gao has gone through here, and I believe that was student C. Pat.
I hope Gao and Dawn Star didn't
He
leave
was,
the village.
you know,
The
he didn't
swamps
really
are
have
not
much
safe.
to say, I guess, when we actually talked to him, but
I've been hoping
not to
you
say
would
that
wander
he
by.
deserved a
I hear
fiery
your
death
friend has gone
at the
missing.
hands of Gao.
So sad. Very sad indeed.
But yeah, like I said, you know, if it
Importantly,
wasn't
my
already
stock has
obvious
arrived.
who
Braving
had done
roads
it, then
dangerous with
now
ghosts
it's
and
quite
bandits.
obvious.
A caravan runner
You know,
just
but
dropped
obviously,
off
so
a
we
load of
broke up a
supplies.
little conversation in between
can
the
I
two
do
at the
for
very beginning, where we
I
first
haven't seen or heard
met up with
anything.
Dawnstar,
Someone else might have time to track
and
you
there was
students, but I
obviously
don't.
some
Had I
a
spotted the
relationship,
boy,
I
certainly
suppose, that
wouldn't have let
Gao
him go
wished
by
there
after
was.
something like that. That's just not right, killing off one of my customers.
But all right, I like the merchant's comment
course
there
not.
that
I
he's
know
just
there's
like, it's
more
just
at
not right.
stake.
That's not right that
Someone will
he'd
have to
kill
pay
one of
for
my
the
customers.
memorial, for flowers and yes, I see what you mean.
And then here he's
Very sad.
again. No, I think.
I did hear
I guess I didn't like the
something
first video.
odd,
This
like
guy
someone was
is
carrying
he's
load
a
and not
merchant at
enjoying
heart.
it.
Obviously, that's
Maybe
kind of
I
how
should
he
ask
always
Gu
think.
Jin.
I was
He always
always
watches me
thinking
like a
the
hawk.
one thing though,
Why
like
not
I
others?
did mention though, is he does
Only one, but it passes by the
boy, on the whole
swamps.
Kia
You
Min
don't wanna travel
side
through
quest,
there
he
alone.
does give you information about
Too many
both
outlaws make their home in
sides,
that
you know.
marsh.
So he does say, hey, you know, why don't you just use bearded tongue grass, which would have been cheaper and
Just
thus
received some
made
new
him
items,
less
a
money.
rare deli-
But you know, that we're going down the open palm path, so the red silk grass was the way to go, and obviously that did cost a little bit more money, but like I said, he did at least, you know, tell us the option. And here we've got obviously a couple of Gao's men here that we're gonna need to take care of. And actually, I thought that they had killed the guard. It looked like they just knocked him out though, because he does jump up after the fight. In a lot of places in the game here, I believe, like if I would have tried picking the intimidation option, if it would have succeeded, I think they would have just walked away. And the only real bad thing about that is then they would you'd lose experience and potentially actually some silver. I don't know if we're actually gonna get any from these guys or not. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out here. But yeah, you gotta be careful with it. Those kind of there's 33 silver right there too. And I don't know actually what the intimidation option would have done for us. I don't know if that would have in fact made them just run away, you know, and thus avoid the fight. But you know, again, there's choices like that in the game where you have to kind of weigh the rewards, I suppose.
Ice shard.
And I don't know what I was doing here. Okay. It looked like I generally tried to one-shot all the guys with the harmonic. Saying that right? Yeah. So we made bloody piles of
Oh, my head feels like a war
flesh
drum.
out of
The
those
battle
guys.
did not go in the Empire's favor. What happened? I was speaking with...
All right, I'm gonna cut the commentary here though. So like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to do. The guides are helpful. Hope you like them. Hope you keep joining me. All right, thanks for watching.
That repulsive... I wish I'd known ahead of time. You know, before he hit me. Gate guards, we're an unappreciated lot. I'm sorry about that, student. I truly am. I didn't see her. He was dragging a large sack, and I asked if he needed help. He said no, just the key to the gate, and then he conjured this ball of flame around his hand. I don't really remember what happened next. I might have passed out. No one's ever threatened me before. There's only one place he could have gone if he left the village. The path leads past the fields to the swamps. What did he do? Why would he resort to attacking me just to leave the village? What? That arrogant whelp? I trust you're following him to put him in his place. Go on. Why waste time talking to me? Get moving.